Okay, second gay boy, Dubs team, the team we love to hate. Keeps Le'Veon Bell slightly curious. Most of us would have kept Lynch. Bell might have longer term upside, so future keeping, I guess that's a decent move, but he just doesn't have the same upside as Lynch, I don't think. But whatever, it's not a bad keeper. Julio Jones number one, he's back, he's healthy. That team I expect to bounce back. That's slight risk because of last year, but I still think a great pick. Um, Randall Cobb at three is an awesome pick. I hate when he's on someone else's team. He's so dynamic. He catches the ball, he runs the ball, he returns kicks. The team has got such a good offense and so many weapons. I think he's great. I think that's a great pick. Andre Johnson at four is a little weird for two reasons. One, three of your first four picks are wide receivers. I guess you're changing up the running back value philosophy here. And they got the beard throwing him down there now. It's nothing's really stopped him before. I mean, he gets hurt a little bit. Um, that could be an issue. I mean, he's already sat out some games for a hamstring, but that's pretty typical for a veteran. That could be a bust. But hey, who knows? You could be playing those three guys every single week and putting up 20 points with all of them almost every week. That could be solid. Ryan Matthews at five is pretty solid. I think he's lost that Mr. Glass reputation, so um, he could be money as Bell and Matthews together. I don't know. That's not exactly a dominant one and two, but your wide receivers are much better, so it kind of makes up for it. Sankey at six is a little early. I thought he might have gone later, but he is supposed to take over the number one job over Sean Green pretty early. Supposed to be pretty good. The team's not very great, but that could work out. Crabtree's the number one at a team that runs the ball a lot, but he's pretty good. At seven, I'd say that's good value. Foles at eight, they throw the ball all over the place. Last year, he was amazing. I mean, if he keeps up the same rate, which I think is impossible, he'll be the number one quarterback in the league. Um, Pitta at tight end is like, you know, 6 to 12 points. He's never going to do anything great. Maybe he'll have 1 2 touchdown game, but I highly doubt it. I put him on like 6 touchdowns for the whole season, which is it's not bad for a tight end. Fred Jackson somehow always still manages to produce. So at 10, he's a good flex when you need him, or running back fill in, especially if Spiller goes down, then his value goes way up. Kenny Britt in St. Louis. Kenny Britt's a great talent, but St. Louis, there's no one to throw the ball there anymore, and the young guys are kind of running it over there anyways. So it'll be interesting how he fits in. Marcus Wheaton is interesting. 2 years ago, I was like, man, I might pick him in fantasy football for Pittsburgh because he looks so good, but I got to give him another year, and I totally forgot about him. And I'm not sure he did much in the preseason, but it's definitely got some upside, but I don't think a ton. Um, Sanders is gone now there, so maybe that opens a spot for him. Maybe we'll see him as much as Sanders. If we see him as much as Sanders, I think that's a pretty decent pick. Dalton as the backup in the 13th isn't bad. He throws to a beast and a running back that receives a lot of balls, so it's not bad. St. Louis's defense is pretty solid. I think they'll be on the field a lot though, and that could break down. I could see them, being in the 7 to 10 point range in the third quarter, and then the fourth quarter be down to 1 point because they gave up 3 touchdowns because they're just fucking dying. McFadden at 15 is the classic, like, super high upside. I might as well put him on my bench pick, so we'll see. And Phil Dawson as a San Francisco kicker is okay as a kicker. Obviously, there's a lot of wide receiver depth here, which is good. A couple, I think some risks at running back. Running back could um, really hurt you here. And your quarterback is a second-year guy, but in an offense that I think is going to produce. So not bad. Tight end and running back are the biggest things to worry about. I don't see the playoffs for you this year, buddy.